Yeah, YouTube. Once again, we are back. They call me the fourth.
Yo, it's your boy Regular SB,
And you already know together we formulate.
the Man Guy Podcast.
All right, man. We are back after a small, I wouldn't even say a small hiatus because I remember that there's no telling when these videos are actually going to come out. So disregard that, man. Like I'm speaking to you in the past tense. Like this video is going to come out sometime in the future. I have no idea when it's going to come out. But what I can tell you, the information that I can disclose at this time is that this will be talking primarily about Pokemon Champions.
Mhm.
Now, there's a chance that maybe this video might come out when it's out because we don't really have a concrete release date. It just says April. It just says next month, and next
Yeah,
month is coming up. It's,
pretty
it's right
quick.
here. It could be April 1st. I don't know. They just said April 2026. And that's also one thing I kind of want to say. Like, if this game is so close to coming out, like, why are they so sparse on all the details with Pokemon Champions? Like,
I agree. First of all, yeah, like why such a loose date so close? Like
and
that.
then they said that the mobile version is going to be available at a later date. They didn't say when.
So which platforms is it gonna be available initially on?
I believe Nintendo Switch, Nintendo Switch 2.
All right.
I don't think it's a Switch 2 exclusive. I feel like I would, people would be making a little bit of a fuss if it was a Switch 2 exclusive. So I believe it's Switch 2 and mobile.
Yeah.
And the mobile version will be available later on. Some people were anticipating the summertime. I'm not sure about that, but yeah.
All right, all right. I mean, honestly, like I think they kind of dropped the ball. I feel like they should because we've heard about it in the past, right? Like
Yeah.
last year, like
Hmm.
the drop, the 30-year anniversary drop, that would have been the perfect time. I feel like that
Yeah.
day, if it was ready to go,
Yep.
beautiful opportunity, man.
For real. And I remember on that day they dropped Pokemon Fire Red and Leaf Green, man.
Yeah,
And we already got Pokemon Gale of Darkness. Like, Pokemon, they just like they giveth, but
yeah.
they're not giving us Pokemon
They're not
champions
giving that
yet.
new heat. They're
Yeah.
giving a lot of, a lot
Oh,
of the
yeah.
nostalgia, but we need
And
some
I do
new,
want to
man.
play Gale of Darkness. A lot of my friends are already like knee deep in Gale of Darkness. I never played it before, and I'm just trying to free up a little gaming time so I could just get into that now. Because
Yeah.
yeah, I think that'll be good.
I wonder why they didn't drop Coliseum. I know we spoke about that already, but it's just I don't know,
It's
man.
got to be a reason, and I don't know what that reason is, but
Yeah,
it's been Game Freak being Game Freak, I guess.
yeah. So what's the expectations for Pokemon Champions?
I'm not. I mean, I was excited when it first was revealed. I mean, if
Yeah.
y'all saw my reaction, man, I was going crazy. Like, because low key, this is a game that like everybody in the competitive Pokemon community wanted. You
Yeah.
know, because we have Pokemon Showdown, which isn't like really like fully legal or whatever the technical aspects of that is, but we want something that's like made by Game Freak so that we don't have to go over here to have our Pokemon experience. We want to be able to have it on the official platforms and do it the right way.
Yeah.
And this game, this is supposed to be that, but I'm still kind of like glass half empty, glass half full because I learned to temper my expectations for certain things. I feel like when you go all
Yeah.
in, a lot of times
Get
you
disappointed.
may end up being disappointed. And plus, like, going back to the sparse details, it's like, people we find out stuff about champions little by little.
Yeah.
I've been on Twitter. I found some things. most people were, and I feel like me and most of the community, everybody wanted to know since Pokemon Champions is a free game, it is free to download. We you know that there's going to be some sort of microtransactions in the game,
Oh,
right? So we
guaranteed.
that's what everybody was on the on the fence about. Like, okay, you're gonna pay for something, but what exactly are you going to be paying for? How is it going to be done?
Yeah,
And we found out that it's similar to Pokemon Home, right?
yeah.
Now, for those of you out there who don't know, Pokemon Home is a free app. It is free to download for everybody.
Mm.
There are little, some small catches. So they'll give you a box that holds, I believe, 30 Pokemon for free, right? That's good, but that's it. That's all that you get for free.
Yeah,
if you if you want more boxes, well, you're
you
gonna
gotta
have to pay
pay.
that fee. Yeah, that's what Pokemon Champions is doing.
It's free, but if you want more
Yeah,
boxes, you gotta pay that
gotta
fee.
yeah, that's
It
so
rhymes because it's
far.
true.
Yeah, so far that's all that we know so far about the microtransactions,
Yeah,
and I'll it depends on how much I like the game and how much I choose to invest in it.
yeah,
I don't mind purchasing some boxes if I really like the game. I don't mind that, but
yeah.
I gotta kind of do like a little trial and error and get my hands on it,
We gotta
and
get
then
the
I'll be able
content
to
first.
exactly I'll be able to make my decisions from there.
Yeah. You think
We
they're gonna have an
have
overworld?
I heard no.
No
They
overworld?
no. The Pokemon company pretty much said like it's strictly battling.
Yeah.
The only thing is like they'll have like missions or some quests type things where it's
Where you
like
could run around?
no, it's more like you know how in Dead by Daylight or certain other games like uh a battle X amount of trainers or
Yeah.
use
Oh,
this
you mean like the
Pokemon or get
challenges?
your challenges. They'll do. I think they'll do things like that, but that's about it.
Yeah, man. I thought this would have been the perfect opportunity for them to like create like a fake MMORPG.
Well, I look at it like these could be the stepping stones.
Yeah,
I think that remember how long it took to build up to like a fully like open world Pokemon game? It's like I
yeah,
feel like they're going to use these games as stepping stones and see how the performance is and like kind of like what they did with Zelda. It's like everything will just kind of lead up to the progression. So
yeah,
who's to say that in the future we won't get a like a full like Pokemon MMO, you know?
yeah. But that would just be dope. Or even like a co-op Pokemon game. That would be fire. Like online co-op.
Yeah, I think yeah.
That'd be dope. Like you could like move around and then anytime you want link up. But I guess you could kind of link up now, but it's not the
Yeah.
same type of link up. Like
Hmm.
you can't like do the same gyms at the same time. Like your worlds can't integrate. That would be fire. Like if they had a Pokemon
Yo,
game where like you like let's say me and you playing, right? You went to
yeah,
the gym already, right? And then like
yeah.
I like there's like a list of the people that made like got to the gym and your name is on
My
there.
name is on there.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
that would be fire. Like and then
We almost could do that with Scarlet Violet. It's like you can, in real time, you can interact and be in the game with your friends, but there's certain things that, like
that are
if
locked.
they're, yeah, if like I've been in like union circles and it's like people are like, hey man, I'm getting my badge or oh I got into like this place and it's like oh, I'm over there, but I don't see you. And it's like, oh, become in a cutscene or something. It's like, oh, so you basically disappear when you're in like a cutscene. You can't interact with each other during
Mm.
stuff like
Oh, so
that.
you could
But
do story progression
yeah, yeah, you could.
during
Yeah,
Union Circle.
you could just play your game however you choose, like, hey, we could be doing raids and then it's like, hold on, man. Let me put these raids on hold for a second. Let me get this badge real quick and I'll get back in there.
All right, so the infrastructure is already there. They just got
It's
to make a
already
few
there. Yeah,
tweaks. All right, all right.
exactly.
I don't know, man. That might be something we see in winds and waves.
Yeah, I mean, why not, why go away from it? Like you
Yeah,
tested it, it was successful. Like why not add on, more to it? You bring up some
yeah,
good points about the future with Generation 10. Yeah.
yeah. And that's another thing. I think besides like whatever free transactions that we get from Pokemon Champions, I feel like Pokemon Champions is definitely like all video games are used for research purposes, but I feel like this is definitely going to be used for research purposes, like how they want
Hmm.
to tweak Winds and Waves or any other future games coming out, like what kind
Facts.
of battle mechanics can work, won't work. How can they tweak the gameplay in general in terms of
Right.
battles?
Yeah. So how are you feeling about Pokemon Champions at the
Oh,
current moment?
you already know me. I'm not competitive at all when it comes to Pokemon. So
But I think this game is geared towards folks who are in your situation, like who aren't really that competitive. I think this game is being made to bridge the gap between casual and competitive.
yeah, but I think like I don't like I'm gonna casually play it. Like when I say I'm gonna casually play it, like super
I
casually. Like
I think
I'm probably gonna
I
have like
think that's
less
what it's
than 10
made
hours
for.
total though. I don't think they want me to play
Yeah.
for less than 10. Like I'm gonna
Yeah,
play it, get into it, see what it's
dip
about.
your toes into it and
Yeah, I definitely will.
and
But
that goes for everybody else out there because I always see people like, you know, hey, I see comments like, I've been interested to get into the competitive side of Pokemon.
yeah,
I watched a couple videos, it looks fun, but it's like, it's a lot of thinking, it's a lot of pressure, and it's like, yeah, take your time with it. It's the competitive thing, it's not gonna just all come to you like that.
yeah,
It's like little by little you learn things. I'm as competitive as I am with Pokemon, there's stuff that I don't even know, man, that I'm still learning.
yeah,
And that's to me, that's the fun part is when you learn, when you think you know it all, and then you learn new things, and then it's
yeah.
like it expands your growth.
Especially when there's like updates, little things that shift.
Yeah, I
So
learned a lot.
yeah,
I learned a lot from you and Skeet, to be honest with you, because I missed out on all those generations, and hearing y'all talk about it, I was like, y'all was feeding my brain.
yeah, yeah.
Mhm. As much as y'all talked about Dragapult, and I'm like, I don't even know what a Dragapult is, but
Oh
obviously
man.
now I know.
Like it's rare that like you, especially me, you know how I am about Gen 1. It's rare that a new Pokemon just like what do you call it, rushes to the top of like my favorite list. So,
Yeah, true, true.
you
We
know.
have our favorites. We have our favorites, but I will
Yeah.
say I love Take It Ton, man. I'm a Take It Ton fan.
I trust me, I definitely know that. We so that Tinkerton a lot.
Yes, yes. My
Yo,
favorite
nah,
Gen 9 Pokemon.
not gonna lie, yo, Scarlet and Violet, it had us in a chokehold, man. It still got you in
Mhm.
a chokehold. They had me in a chokehold, man, for like almost the better part of a year, man, when it first came
I
out.
gotta say, bro, it's bittersweet because I've been streaming it a lot more on my channel, and
Yeah,
I feel like the community as a whole, people have been playing Scarlet and Violet more because we kind of know we feel in our hearts like next month it might start to get quiet for Scarlet and Violet, man,
yeah.
and it's time, yeah, it's time to
Oh,
move on. Hmm.
back to, so like kind of with how you segue in, yo, champions. How's the whole Pokemon situation gonna go? Is it gonna be like a Pokemon Stadium where you just got them ready to go for you, or are you gonna
You
have to
bring
like
up a
bring them over
you
to
know
different games? Or
you bring up a great point because this was something I wanted to kind of segue into as well. So we got man, I'd say it depending on how you look at it, it could be good news, it could be bad news.
yeah,
But I'm gonna just tell you that you can bring your Pokemon from your game into the game, right?
yeah,
The problem is all your stats are gonna be wiped. All your EVs and IVs are going to be. There are no IVs in the game, period. So
yeah, yeah.
nobody
That's that.
nobody will have IVs. So you don't really got to worry about that. But all your EV spreads and stuff are going to be gone. You're going to be
Well,
zero on everything.
is it going to be just for that game, or you think it's going to happen just across the board? And when that Pokemon goes back into home, it's not going to have the stats it left home with.
You know, that's a good question. But I don't think we know that part yet about like we know that what happens when you take your Pokemon from your game and put it into Champions, but when you take your Pokemon from Champions and put it back into your game,
Yeah,
like don't I hope you know that I hope it remembers what the EV spreads and everything were. Like I'm not
yeah.
really
Hopefully, it
looking
stays alive.
forward to rebuilding EV. You know, for some Pokemon, of course it's easy. It's like, oh, you just put max out two stats, whatever. That's nothing.
Yeah.
But for other Pokemon where it's a little bit more intricate, it's going to be a little awkward. I don't write down my EV spreads. I just kind of just
Really?
do it. Yeah, I don't. I do it based upon feel with a
Mm.
lot of it's like mentally I make notes of what stats I want EVs in and what stats I don't want EVs in, and I
Yeah,
just I just kind of just go based upon my my build or what I would need depending on my ability or my move sets. So like say I'll give you like Primarina for example.
yeah,
My Primarina I'm pretty sure like I put EVs into I believe it's bold nature. I put EVs into special attack, defense, special defense, and I believe that was it. But I don't remember how much of each EV I put into which stat. That I don't know. So yeah. Well, I guess we'll figure it out together as a community. We'll see.
yeah. We will, we will.
Yeah.
But I know we have so many questions about this game, man. I'm really hoping that Game Freak, the whole Nintendo company, that they kind of push more information out as like in the coming weeks. I hope they try to make it special and it's not just a
I
afterthought.
I pray that it's the game that I want.
Yeah,
Like please, bro, don't mess this up. Don't mess this up for me, Game Freak.
yeah,
Because I don't want it to be a situation where everybody's just running back to Scarlet and Violet. Like,
yeah. And I feel like they I hope it's quality and I hope that they decide to either if they want to in moving forward just charge a flat rate to have like all of the necessary features available and it's not
mhm,
like a half-assed game, man. I really hope that because free to play can be so different for different companies, and they all go based on how they generate money with that game, right? So if you
mhm,
have a game or a community where you have a bunch of people that buy skins and buy this and buy that, they'll usually take it easy on the other people, right? But when it's a
mhm,
community where the $2, $3, $1 items or the things that like the what do you call aesthetic items don't really
yeah,
sell well, then it usually adds to like them adding a paywall to stuff that gives you some sort of progression within the game. And I don't
yeah,
want
that
to
would
see that.
suck.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mhm.
You have any like other like last thoughts on Pokemon Champions?
Well, not at the moment. I'm just a little nervous. You know what I mean? I
Yeah.
think understandably, you
Yeah.
know, like I said, I temper my expectations, and I'm just I'm just a bit curious why it hasn't been promoted better. I think they could have did a
Same.
better job at promoting it. Like, so, until like the recent Pokemon Presents, like a lot of people almost kind of forgot about Champions and like, oh yeah, Pokemon Champions is coming. It's like why they been so quiet about it?
Yeah, it's weird.
We'll see, man.
Hopefully they get off that
Well,
front, man.
prove me wrong, Game Freak. Prove me wrong, man.
Yeah.
Deliver for us, man, please.
All right,
But yeah,
guys. But thank you for watching. Please leave your opinions, your comments, your questions down in the comments below. And please,
write it
M4, tell
down.
them what they can't forget to do.
Oh man, they definitely share us out, and please do not forget to subscribe to our channel.
Hit that thumbs up button too. And what
All
game should
right,
they be
y'all.
playing?
They should be playing Hollow Knight Silk Song.
All right.
Absolutely.
Thank you, y'all. Have a good
Peace
one.
out.